My name is Sam. I am a fashion stylist and I do a lot of virtual. I do some one-to-one. I'm based in Fort Worth, Texas, and I have also some online programs. So I have a signature program called Elevate Your Style and then another program called Style Your Shape. And so that is, I help women feel confident in their clothing.
Awesome. So we first met when you joined my program's Client Flow Sales Accelerator. Yeah. Could you share what was the experience for you? Because you joined and I remember you said that you've gone through many different business programs. So you came already like you knew how to launch things. You already ran the programs. You've been doing it for years. So what were your biggest takeaways or insights going through the Sales Accelerator?
I think number one was that it was very focused. Well, first of all, I remember watching something and I got immediate clarity on something that I felt like was so simple that I should have had clarity. I got clarity on like how I should be speaking to my clients and more details. And then also just there were little things that I took away from client flow that basically made it a lot easier for my clients to understand. Just like little details that make it so easy for them, like basically taking away any kind of like walls for them or like basically like push list buttons and things like that. So whenever you're sharing something, always giving them the next step. I think I had a lot of dead ends in my freebies and things like that. And you showed me like, oh, you don't need to do that. You can show them how to work with you. So it was really, I got a lot of clarity on that. And just changing all those small things, I think made a huge difference. Just where people get my experience from the freebie and then like how they can work with me if they're interested and things like that.
Okay, yeah. And have you sold actually any one-on-ones? Because I think we started with how to get more clients right now, and then you did some
I
offers for.
Yeah, so I haven't sold any more one-to-ones. However, I've gotten more people to sign up on my email list, and actually, I have this um, lead magnet, and whenever I have a tripwire on that, and the way that I've now changed because after joining Client Flow, I immediately joined Brand, which was amazing because I got so much from that, and so after that, I implemented a lot of the things, and so I have this tripwire after I have my lead magnet, and I've actually gotten more tripwire sales from that. And so it's like it shows up right after they get the freebie. But then also there's a way that they know how to contact me or how to get on the wait list for working with me for my signature program. It was just a great way to keep the loop open versus just them getting into my system and then just being stuck in this ecosystem without really doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think working with you, the biggest difference was like working on those tiny little changes, tiny little details, because you already ran master classes, you already were making offers, you have big following on Instagram. So like you know how to do a lot of things, but it came through those precise up levels and edits that made the difference.
Yes, a huge difference. I mean, it made a huge difference. And the way I present on Instagram is very different because so I do have a background as like a content creator influencer, but I was trying not to present that way. And I had thought I changed the way I presented myself to to show people like I'm a stylist, this is how I can help you. But it wasn't presenting in that way. And the short, in just a short amount of time of when I worked with you, how I've changed how I present on Instagram has made a huge difference. I feel like for me, because it's much more focused and now I know how to speak to my client to actually help her versus like I feel like they're like, "Oh, okay, great," but there was never I felt like they never knew what to do with the information I gave them. And so now there's like an actual like a way for them to work with me, a way for them to get in my program or get into my world. And so that's been amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, it's by like diving deeper and looking at I think you have like very beautiful presence on Instagram, but we needed to dial up a little bit more of this expert angle so people can start to see you like, oh, here I can buy from her, I can learn from her. It's not just where I get inspired by this beautiful account.
Yes, and even in my masterclass, how you helped me with my masterclass, because I really have done a lot of different business programs, and so trying to decipher what to put in my masterclass, I've done a lot. And at first I was giving too much, and then I think I started giving too little. And you I remember I watched your it was the lesson on the master classes, and I think the first thing you said, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been missing like the whole time, like giving them the path. And so that was like invaluable, because I think that I'm just giving all this information, but it doesn't, if you don't show them how to put it all together, it doesn't make sense. And just the way you said it made it all click for me. So because
Awesome.
I've done a lot of I mean, even in one lunch I did like three different master classes because I was trying something new. So like that was right at the beginning, because I was like, this isn't. So anyways, that was huge in clarifying, because this last time someone purchased during the master class, which was also amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And I think one general thing you mentioned previously, that it was just a lot of clarity what you focus on, what to do. And I think as business owners, this is one of the biggest questions that we have. Like, okay, there is a zillion of things to do. I can be creating content, I can be writing emails, this and that. Like, well, what is actually going to produce results? Where is the best lever for me? And I think creating this
Right.
clarity has produced the biggest shift for you, because now you're
Yes.
working more strategically.
Yes, that is the thing, because I actually went through one of your master classes just because I wanted to see, and I was literally doing the random acts of marketing. Like I was so busy all the time on social, because I felt like I always had to be there, I had to show up, but it was literally like these random acts of marketing that sometimes made a difference, but sometimes didn't, because they were so random. And so that's why I feel like it's been such a huge to me, it's been such a huge game changer, because I feel like I am very directed and very focused, and it all makes sense. And like and also it's a very sustainable way to do things for me, because I'm, because of my children, just because of their needs, I have to be very efficient. And so this has been amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Samantha. It's such a
Yeah.
pleasure working with you.
Yes, it's been awesome to work with you. It's been amazing. So, and like your email showed up just at the right time for me.
Yes. Well, it's amazing. Thank you so much.